really judgy, right? We can be really judgy. I know what you guys are gonna say. Well, I don't know if God wants me to have money. I ain't never heard this before. Hey beautiful ones, Fran here, back with another video. So before we go any further, you know the drill. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, do that right now. Hit that button, hit that bell, give this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and tell somebody about this channel. My desire this year is to grow the channel to 70,000 Fran fam members, and I would love for you guys to be a part of that. Tell somebody about the good stuff going on over here. All right, so you guys can tell by the title of this video that this is going to be some good stuff, right? I think I'm going to call this little section that I do about, you know, money and credit and things like that, Fran Teaches Money. Because Fran teaches manifestation all the time, which I will continue to do. And we talk a lot about manifesting money on the channel. We talk about manifesting our lives, period. And we talk about it from a spiritual standpoint, and we marry Christianity and spirituality together. But a lot of people don't understand that you can also do the same thing when you are getting yourself prepared, your mind, to receive your money so that you can fix your credit, buy a house, do all the things that you want to do. Now, I know a lot of you will say, well, Fran, da-da-da-da-da, I can hear y'all talking right now. But we're going to get into this, and we are going to really work and do the work so that we're prepared to receive what we're asking for. Now, I did a video a couple of months ago about how I cleared $100,000 in debt. Right here, it's probably coming across the screen. Go check that video out. Then I did another video about some of the things I did to help me do that, because I got a lot of questions about that video. I got a lot of comments. Some were really good. Some were not so nice. But that's okay. Positive vibes only around here. And then I did a video about repairing your credit. So now what you guys probably don't know about me, or maybe some of you do if you've been around for a while, that in my former life, I was a corporate babe. And I call it my former life because I feel like I kind of died to that part of myself. I had to let a lot of that ego go to become who God wanted me to become right now. Whole nother video. Okay, but in my former life, I worked with credit and collections. Did you guys know that? And banking and things like that. And I learned a lot of things that we are not taught as people, as women, as African American women, things that we're not taught generationally about how to handle the money that we have, how to sustain our credit, how to maintain our good credit ratings, and how to use our credit effectively or repair our credit if it's not so good. So I'm going to talk about all of that in this video, but before I do that, now this video may be a little long. I'm going to have to do it in pieces. Remember, Fran Teaches Money. So if you're just here for that kind of stuff, look for that playlist and just go through it. But I would really suggest that you watch all of the videos because they're all really good. I was going through my videos a couple of days ago, and I've got some old videos that are so good. So if you ever have some time like we do right now and you want something positive, go back to those older videos. Really good stuff there. Okay, so I've got my journal with me, which I was waving at the beginning of the video because you guys know I talk with my hands, but I have written some notes down here, some things I want to touch on, some things I want to make sure that I get out to you guys so that you can begin to start the process of getting things right in your life. Because it's more than just, and I say this all the time, you guys know that I do, it's more than just sitting up asking for things. It's more than just focusing and visualizing and journaling and writing it down. It's so much deeper than that. To have wealth, to have sustainable wealth, it's a mindset change. It's a change of lifestyle. It's a change of how you have behaved with your money, how you think about money, how you act around money. It's a mindset change, and it's a lifestyle change. A lot of people won't tell you that it's a lifestyle change. They'll just say, well, you can have all this money. You can have it if you want. You just have to think about it and manifest it, and it'll happen. And I talk about that a lot, but I also talk about the components. Go back and watch the videos about manifesting and creating. It starts in your mind first. Now, most of you know, if you don't, if you're new around here, you're going to learn a few things about Fran throughout this video. Fran is a really big God girl. I'm a very, very big and firm believer in God. Period. Point blank. The end. A lot of people will tell you, or sometimes our mindsets are conditioned around the fact that we should have no money, we should be broke, it's better to be broke, rich people aren't nice, all these things, right? A lot of things that we grew up hearing, a lot of things that we hear now, and opinions that we have formed around people who have money. And, you know, I have to keep it real with y'all. You know, some of us can be really, really judgy, right? We can be really judgy if it's not what we are used to, or if it's not what we know. We can be judgy around that. We can be judgy around that. So in getting prepared to attract and sustain your wealth, not only to sustain your wealth, but to pass that wealth on and leave a legacy to your children, there are certain things that you have to do. And working on your mindset is the number one thing. You have to have a change of mindset. If you do not have a change of mindset around money, you will not sustain it. You will not sustain it. I'm telling you. You cannot begrudge money. You cannot begrudge giving money. You cannot begrudge other people who have more money than you. You cannot begrudge money. You have got to get a very, very good relationship with money if you want to have it. Now, that starts with changing generational patterns, generational curses. It starts with changing generational teaching, sometimes religious teachings. Do you know that in some cultures, they are taught that if you are not wealthy, then there's something wrong with you, that you're doing something wrong. Did you guys know that? In some cultures, they teach you that wealth is a symbol, that wealth is a symbol of being in God's grace. Did you know that? Having plentiful, being plentiful, and multiplying more than just children, that's a sign of wealth and a sign of favor in some cultures, right? So, our culture, the American culture, a lot of us are taught that, you know, give it, be poor, support your church, support your pastor, support your, you know, these organizations if you can, stuff like that. We're not taught to support ourselves, right? So, preparing your mind to receive is the first step in attracting and obtaining wealth. Now, I know that you guys are going to say, well, I don't know if God wants me to have money. I ain't never heard this before. And I don't know if I should be asking God about money. I don't know if that's right. Well, you know that your girl always has something to back up what she is saying. This time for you guys, it is a scripture. Let me read it to you. I have it saved here and ready on my phone. Always gotta have something for y'all. You know that, right? Ecclesiastes 8, 11, and 12 in the New Living Translation Bible. Not my Message Bible this time, y'all. New Living Translation Bible. Here it is. Wisdom is even better when you have money. Let me rewind that for the people in the back. Let me rewind that for the people in the back. Let me rewind that. Wisdom is even better when you have money. Both are a benefit as you go through life. Wisdom and money can get you almost anything, but wisdom can save your life. Ecclesiastes 8, New Translation Bible. You can Google that. All right. Being prepared for what you're asking for. Getting your mindset ready to receive what you are asking God, the universe, your higher power, whomever you're seeking, whoever, for, is about the mindset. Once you change your mindset and you educate yourself on truly who God is to you, and the fact that He has no desire, He, she, however you identify God, has no desire to see you struggle. Right? No desire to see you struggle. Then you become wise to what's really happening in this big universe. You become wise to why so many people have so much. Have you ever sat down and looked at certain people and thought, man, they have so much money, or they have so much wealth? Do you know that the same lifestyle you're looking for, looking at, desiring, you can have once you know that it is obtainable to you? That's where the wisdom comes in. That's where the mindset comes in. That's when changing your mindset to understand universal laws, universal principles, which is what I teach on that other side, right? That's what I teach on that other side. But once you understand all those things, then you are prepared to handle the money that you're asking for. So now let's talk about the money, manifesting money, creating money, obtaining money. So a lot of times I talk to you about getting clear, getting a specific amount, or getting a specific way that you desire to live. But you have to do other actions besides that, right? There are laws to receiving abundance. There are laws to generating abundance. You know, if you have a job, are you tithing your 10%, right? Are you a good steward over the money that you already have? Are you taking care of your bills? Are you blowing your money? Are you putting money back? Are you thinking of creative ways to make more money? Now let me say this to you guys. I'm going to do a side hustle video, but I'm just going to throw a little bit of stuff in here for you guys to get started on right now. Let me tell you this. You don't have to start a business to be a business owner, right? to be an entrepreneur. You can sell things you make. You can open an Etsy store, a Spotify store. You can sell those clothes in your closet that have been sitting there forever that you don't wear. You can edit if you're a great writer. You can offer editing services. If you're a great drawer, you could draw logos for people. There are so many different ways that you can make extra income. And if you're asking the universe, if you're asking God how you can have more abundance, if you're sitting still, if you are sitting in the silence, and if you are being quiet, I can guarantee you that you are getting answers. I know that a lot of you will leave a comment and say, Fran, this is just what I was talking about today. I needed this. Because that's how spirit works, right? It moves according to your request. Spirit, your angels, your heavenly staff, move according to your request. So if you are taking the time and you're honoring the space to get in front of your heavenly staff in the morning or at night before you go to bed, and you're saying, okay, guide me, lead me, show me clearly how I can boom, 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 boom. Or lead me to someone who can help me boom, 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 boom. Now, I know that a lot of you are going to say to me, Fran, I don't have no money to be invested. I don't have no money to put aside. Let me tell you this. If you work a job or own a business, there are a lot of spiritualpreneurs. There are a lot of people who use their spiritual gifts to make money. Reiki, card readings, angel readings, sessions, the crystal sound healings. But there's also a lot of people who are bankers and lawyers and doctors and, construction workers, warehouse workers, whatever side you fall on. You always have something to put back, right? Even if it is just $5. When I first started saving, I put $5 in a jar. I got one of those old water jars, like you see in the office that you turn upside down and somebody that a man got to come flip upside down when there ain't no water in the thing. You can get the water, y'all know what I'm talking about? One of those. I still have it. And every time I got paid, got some extra money, I would put it in that jar. Now let me tell you why I use that jar. Because your girl, Fran, TT Fran, Mama Fran, whatever you call me, just call me. It's not really a saver. I was not a saver. I was a shopper. I was a spender. I loved spending money. So I had to come up with a way that I could put the money in something, put it away where I didn't see it, until I got it to a certain amount. Now, what I did, the reason I use that jar is because if you know the next of those jars, it's really hard to get down there and get your money. You got to shake it out and everybody in the house hears you shaking the money out. Like, what are you doing in that jar, right? So, I started saving like that, and I would pay myself $5 every time I got paid. If I did a session or a reading for someone, I would pay myself 10% of that reading. Anything that I got income, I would pay my tithes, pay myself, pay my bills. Amazingly, when I started paying my tithes to the right place, to the fertile seed, to the fertile soil, where somebody was praying for me and praying for my abundance and truly wanted me to have abundance, I saw money coming from all different places. I was getting more calls for more sessions, speaking opportunities. My job had extra hours, whatever the case may be. When you honor the principle of the money, when you're thankful for the money that you have, even if it's your $1,200 stimulus, or some of you have kids, however much you got, be thankful for that money. Any money that comes across your hand, be thankful for that money. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As you're tithing, you speak over your money. This returns to me 1,000-fold, 1,000,000-fold. I am planting it in fertile seeds. If you are tithing, I'm just going to say this, because this is a universal law, y'all. The law of circulation. If you are tithing and you are not seeing any kind of abundance or financial breakthroughs, you're tithing in the wrong place, right? Now, let me back up before I say that. If you're tithing and you're not tithing begrudgingly, I don't want to write this check, or I gotta give this tithe and they ain't done nothing for me, don't even tithe. Just keep it, because you're killing your seed before you plant it. But if you're tithing, you should see breakthroughs, like small, big, major breakthroughs. It happens. But when you are dealing with your money, how are you dealing with your money? Are you throwing your money in your purse? Have you guys organized your wallets? Have you blessed your wallets? Have you cleansed your wallets out? Do you have some energy clearing spray, some money clearing spray? Do you have your crystal, your citrine crystal in there? Do you have all of those woo-woo things that attract money? Do you have those? If you believe in the woo-woo, because I'm a woo-woo girl, just so y'all know. I believe in the woo-woo. So you're going to find the cinnamon in my wallet. You're going to find the citrine in my wallet. You're going to find the red envelopes in my wallet. I did an Instagram live, and one of my YouTube ladies came over. I'm not going to say her name, but if she wants to comment, she can put it there. And she talked about how she did what I told her to do in her wallet. And she even showed us her wallet on YouTube. And she talked about how she got money from here, money from there. People wanted to do things for her. She had bills that were canceled. She got an old check from an old 401k that she had forgotten about. I'm going to tell you, whether you believe in the woo-woo or not, the woo will work. Do some research. It works. Just like I have my peace and prosperity light going, the woo-woo works, just so you know. Hey, you have to have a good relationship with money if you want to attract more money. You can't get money and just hang on to it and be like, oh my God, I'm not going to get any more money. I can't spend this money, da-da-da-da-da. Know that money flows in and it flows out. It's the law of circulation. It flows in and it flows out. If you need to use that as a mantra or affirmation, money flows in, money flows out. Money comes to me constantly. My wallet is blessed. My purse is blessed. My bank account is blessed. All right. Here's another thing about saving money. If you are a spender, like your girl was, and still still sometimes can spend a little much. Anyway, confession is good for the soul, y'all. You need to maybe put it in a separate account. So if you have a savings and a checking here, open a savings account with no debit card. I had to do that too, and I still have that account. It has no debit card. I have money go straight from my checking to that account, so I don't even see it. I get a statement once a month, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is getting some interest here. So if you need to put your money where you don't see it or don't have access to it, a savings account with no debit card. But you want that to be a high earning savings account. Now, let me say this, and again, I'm going to have to teach a couple of these series, but a high interest savings account is the best savings account that you can have. And the delusion around a high interest savings account is that you have to have a lot of money to have one. And that is not true. Some savings accounts yield more. A bank savings account is probably going to yield less than a credit union savings account. Credit unions are a little bit higher. Also, if you can do like a Citibank savings account, I think that they are offering 13%. I will put the link below. There are some places that have great high interest, high earning savings accounts that you do not have to have a lot of money to start them. You can increase it as you go. You can add $50, $20, $10. You could just add what you want, and you will earn money off of that account. And eventually, you'll have money in that account where you could just take your interest out, and use that. That's where you're trying to get. That's how you build wealth. That's one of the ways. Another way that is great, I have done this so many times in my life, to save money is to open a certificate of deposit. A certificate of deposit is you putting your own money away. Some credit unions have them where you can start them. They have them called Easy Start. And I think some banks too, I'm not exactly sure, but I know that I will put some of the credit unions that do have them. And what the Easy Start is that you put $50 in there. You put $50 in there, you can put up to $3,000, and it has a very high interest if you add a direct deposit. So you guys have to do the research on there. I'll give you the tools, but you have to do the research. Also, the last thing I want to tell you guys about is making money and saving money, doing extra things. Do you know that you can save money with certain apps? Certain apps will pay you. They will pay you to use them while you shop, etc. Dosh is my favorite. I did not think the Dosh works. I will leave the link down here. You just put it on your phone. You put your debit card or your credit card in it that you use to shop. You look at all the merchants, and the merchants give you cash back. So my family and I, we love pizza. You know, I'm not trying to eat pizza right now, but we love pizza, and there are certain pizza parlors around our house, our area. Like, you put your zip code in, tells you all the stores in your area that give you cash back for shopping there. And we get pizza, we get like $5 back, $3 back, $7 back. And you don't think that that adds up. Like, you're like, I need big money, Fran. I don't need no $7, no $10. Last year on Dosh, I made, I think, $1,100 back from just shopping. And I mean, who doesn't shop? And you have to shop anyway. So why not make money while you're shopping? So that is an app for you to use. We'll talk about more as the series goes on. So I don't want to make the video so long. Alright, here we go. We're going to talk about credit now. Just a little bit more. So I got some questions about, you know, getting your credit report, dealing with your credit report. So the first thing you need to do is you need to get your credit report. You can get it free if you've not gotten your credit report, but you can also get it if you have certain credit cards, like Discover offers it, Citibank offers it, Credit Karma is a free credit service, but you can actually get your credit report at annualcreditreport.com. You can get all three of them. You have to pay for your scores, but you actually can get your report and see what's on your report. Listen, if you're asking for money, and I know a lot of you will say, well, Fran, if I get all this money that I'm wanting, I ain't gonna worry about my credit. Money's good. Money is great. But your credit is important, and you're going to have good credit no matter how much money you got. How did your girl learn that the hard way? Anyway, so you need to work on your credit. Don't be scared of your credit. A lot of us are scared of our credit. We know that we've done some stuff back in the day, and we know that it has followed us, but you can't be scared of your credit. You have to face it. And a lot of times you'll get that report and you'll be like, girl, it wasn't even that bad. It's not even as bad as you think it is. But if you don't do anything about it, one thing's for sure is that if it is bad, it's going to stay bad. So the first thing you do is you get your credit reports, however you want to get them. You get them on your phone, you get freecreditreport.com, whatever. I'll put some links down here for you guys so you can get your credit report. Then you go through that credit report with a highlighter. You get a yellow lighter and you get a pink lighter. Pink, yellow. Pink's for good credit. Yellow's for not so good credit. And what you do is you start highlighting things. Then you look at the date of those things, the date that they are opened, right? Then you look at the last reporting date. Date they're open, last reporting date. 7 years, credit can only stay on your bureau. Bad credit can only stay on your bureau for 7 years. Now, not 7 years from the day you opened it. 7 years from the day they reported it. So a lot of you ask me questions about what if it keeps getting sold over and over and over again. If your debt keeps getting sold over and over and over again and it's past 7 years, 9 chances out of 10 it is no longer reporting on your credit bureau. Unfortunately, people sell old and bad debt. The collectors come in. We're going to talk about how to handle the collectors later. But right now, you need to get familiar with what you're looking at and what you need to deal with. So, you look at that date. If there's anything on there past 7 years, you need to dispute that. There is a disputing process. I will take you through that in the next video. But right now, I want you to get your report, and I will get a mock report in the next video that I do on Fran Teaches Money, and we'll go through it. But what you need to do is get those reports. If you get them electronically, you can have them tomorrow. If you wait and get it in the mail or get a hard copy, it'll take a couple of weeks. I personally like the hard copy. I want to see it, I want to hold it in my hand, and I want to look at it. So, you have to know what you're dealing with. If you don't know what's on your credit, how can you repair it? How can you fix it? How can you move forward if you don't know what's stopping you, right? And if you are unsure about your credit right now, stop applying for credit. Every time you apply for credit, it's a ding against your score. Stop applying for credit. Get that bureau, go down it, good credit, bad credit. Also look at all these old addresses and stuff, all the information that they have on there that's no longer relevant. You want to dispute that too. So highlight that with maybe a green marker. So go buy, you guys, go buy some markers. Don't go buy no markers. Don't go buy no markers. Stay in the house. Don't go buy no markers unless you're going to buy them from Amazon. Don't y'all say Fran told y'all to go out the house to get no markers, because Fran didn't tell you that. Fran said get you some markers and highlight. Order them from Amazon. If you are in a stay order, stay at home. Stay at home. Okay. Then once you do that, you know what you're dealing with. And then we will go from there. Listen, even though this is my former life, I love this because I know how valuable this information is. I know how much we charged to educate people on their credit and help them with that. And I remember being one of those single moms when I went to try to get help for my credit and my money and learning how to invest. I didn't have the money to pay for those high classes, and someone took me under their wings and they taught me a whole bunch of things. And then I graduated college and was able to work in that field and learned a whole bunch of stuff, and I still do continuing education around these things. I guess you guys didn't even know that, did you? Your girl is every woman. Your girl is every woman in my Chaka Khan voice. I'm every woman. Okay, anyway, enough of that. So, you guys got your homework cut out for you this week. I will do another video next week. It'll come out on next Sunday if we don't do Sunday service. So the only way I will not do a Fran Teaches Money on Sunday is if I do a Sunday service. I will post these videos on every Sunday morning at 5:45 a.m. So you guys be ready. What y'all got to do? What you gonna do? You're gonna work on your mindset. You're going to work on appreciating your money, and you're going to get your credit reports. That's your homework for this week. All right? All right, guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I am so, so thankful for you. I am so thankful for you. And don't judge my singing. I know. Your girl used to be a singer in her former life, too. All right. I will talk to you guys later. Bye for now.